All right, my bad.
You're back on 95.7 The Hard Boner. We're playing hardcore rock and roll hits. Up next, Imagine Dragons.
Oh, cool. Does anybody have Suboxone?
Yeah, of course, we all have it.
Imagine Dragons. You got to get that Newport that you
Dude,
didn't
there's-
buy. You had to get it from someone else. Got to bum a Newport. Got to bum a port.
Dude,
You got to have a blacked out Yankee cap, a shirt that goes all the way to your motherfucking knees, and then yeah.
It's funny
And then
because
you
there's a
listen to,
fucking
like 21 Pilots, and you're like, yo, don't ever say the word bundle. It just triggers me, and you're like, why am I working with this? What? Who is this person? You know. So yeah, that's not cool. Not good. Not good. Imaginations. Imagery. Imagine Dragons.
It's funny because there's a fucking rock station up here at 97.5 The X. First off, the two fucking hosts are retarded. Their name is
You're in Scranton. You're a Wilkes-Barre. Like
yeah. So it's
Scranton
the
stuff, so
name of the
course,
two. The
dude.
name of the two hosts are Free Beer and Hot Wings. I know. And they'll be like, yeah,
Oh shit,
dude. By the way,
Yeah,
they've been around.
live from the family reunion, brought to you by the good people at Trojan.
By the
Yeah,
way,
no,
they've
it's
been
so
around
sweet.
forever. And the dude's like, we're about to play some nonstop rocking hits for NEPA. And these are the only songs that you heard when I was growing up. And then all of a sudden you hear fucking, that's where I got the Imagine Dragons thing from and that. And then one time he's like, we're going to play some hardcore hits. Up next is Avenged Sevenfold. And I was like, this radio station permanently goes off. It never goes on ever
That
again.
Sevenfold, they blended this. They had a beautiful succulent fuck. And when I say fucking suck, they had this succulent fucking blend of Guns N' Roses' worst music, like when they started doing Spaghetti Incident.
You mean Guns
with,
N' Roses?
Really, really just mathematic, ugly shredding guitar, like nothing, no tone at all. Because it was all floating on that big Floyd Rose bridge. It was like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And I was just like, it made me like, it was like an IMAX for my ears. It made
Don't
me
make
just
fun of
so,
the fucking
like,
Floyd Rose,
nauseous.
man. There's one sitting right there. Mine's beautiful.
I just say it kills the tone of the wood. Why? But you're not a tone wood guy. You're not going out trying to get like Koa wood or like Karina. Like you just want to play. Like you're a great guy to fucking do guitar with because you're not a pretentious snob. Unfortunately, I have that little spectrum. Like like I pay attention to stupid details. I'm very particular. I will get a pickup from 1976 and throw it in that fucking thing if I need to. And I've looked at one, and they're shit expensive, and I don't even know if they're that great anymore. But you know what I mean? I don't know. I just hate Avenged Sevenfold. I don't care.
Everybody
Like,
hates
it's fun.
Avenged. If you're normal, you
No,
hate that
dude.
shit.
Nah, man, people fucking love them.
Well,
People
I'm
are like,
fucking
they're
gay.
so
Yeah,
hardcore.
I'm sucking on some cock.
Are
Don't
they
you?
gay?
That's
I
almost
don't
like
know.
a. That's almost like
Singer
what?
gay?
No,
Is the singer gay?
no. But you
Oh,
know
I
who
don't
else
know,
is
then.
like that? You
Don't
know,
call him gay. What the fuck?
I speculate. You know who
Don't
else is
hook
like
him up.
that?
Don't hook him up with an excuse. Or
You know who else
anything.
I
Don't
group-
give him an identity. They're Avenged Sevenfold. Don't give them anything good. Like don't tell them they're.
Do you know who I
anything.
group them in
Just
with
Avenged-
as a shitty band that people like for no reason? System of a Down.
Nickelback.
Look at this
System of a
fucking
Down.
dick. I stuck
System
it in
of a
my
Down
uncle pretty
is for
quick.
People System of a Down is music for angry people who like things that they can't understand and try to mimic them and tell other people so that they come off as smart. They're like, when you listen to Toxicity, there's so much going on. And I'm like, dude, tell. And they're like, my nose. And I'm like, you're a fucking ass. And then Serge Tanka Dinka Doodly Ding, he's from like some war torn country, comes to America and
Armenia,
tells
I
us
think,
we're
or
horrible.
Lebanon, or some.
Oh, whatever it was in 1975 in the last encyclopedia I saw at my school. I don't fucking know. Sorry, I just hate System of a Down. I
System
don't think you trust.
Syndrome of a Down. Chocolate. Put the
Dude,
fucking chocolate in the bag.
I was in a shit ass cover band when I was like 17. So we were like, let's go play at like a bowling alley, you know. So I was like, yeah, if I don't have acne really bad on like Thursday, I'll call the gig and say we'll do it on Saturday night. One of the things they were like, you got to do this System of a Down shit, this new band. I was like, all right, like I hate new music. Stained is horrible. I'm like Godsmack stuff like that. Anyway, so dude, they gave me like a copy of like System of a Down, and I was like, this is the worst fucking shit. And it was like Rick Rubin. I was like, dude,
Oh
Rick. I
fuck,
told you,
Rick
if it
Rubin.
if I could, I would fucking take Rick Rubin and just throw him somewhere and make him roll down a hill and gather garbage in his beard
I don't think it
and
would be that
disappear.
hard to fucking roll him.
Just roll me down the river. Dude, he sits on the couch all sweaty, eating a Hot Pocket. He's like, Black Sabbath, just pretend you weren't into heavy metal and you actually guys like to kill women. Hold on, I'll record it. And then he goes to Tony Iommi, and he swear to God, he goes like this. He goes, you gotta fucking use Laney amps from 1968. And Tony Iommi's like, listen, I'm 75 years old or whatever. These amps that I use now are a culmination of all my hard work, and these are my legacy, and they're everything that I've always wanted. The Laney amps are great, but they're limited and they're outdated. And then fucking he said that to fucking Ruben, and Ruben brings fucking 25 different outdated old Laney piece of shit amps. So Iommi's like, so I picked four, and I'm like, dude, what does Rick Rubin do? Does he rape you in a closet? Like these bands are always like, we worked with Rick Rubin and it sucked dick.
Wait, are you
Like Red
describing
Hot
Rick
Chili
Rubin or
Peppers
Kevin
are
Spacey?
horrible now. What happened to the Red Hot Chili Peppers? I'm not a huge fan of them, but
They
dude, these
suck,
last two
dude.
fucking
They're so
albums,
fucking
dude,
old.
these. But
Every song is the same.
here's my
I was
only
doing
take on
fucking
this.
heroin under a bridge, sucking on some
No,
fucking penis.
the last two double albums that they did this year, they're very much being retrospective. These guys are getting old. They're looking back on their lives, but they're trying to bring that free love thing. And then Rick Rubin's got them in the mix, all separate. Why is John Frusciante over here and Flea's over here when these guys should be jamming together as like one love? You know what I mean? Like, dude, sonically, Red Hot Chili Pepper fans, if you guys have no idea why you're really not grooving to that record, it's not the Chili Peppers in that sense. Like, there's no harmony. They're not really together in the mix. It just sounds so fucking distant. Rick Rubin just doesn't fucking get it. He does his own thing. He thinks everything is 1985 and it's a Beastie Boys album. It's like, you fucking blow, dude. Sorry.
No, I agree with you because I fucking hate him. He ruins everything.
Fuck Rick Rubin. Every time I see him on an album, I'm like, well, that's something I'm not going to like.
Yeah.
So, and he's got that beard. He's like, I'm so smooth. And I'm like, oh, dude, you smell like fucking everything you ate 2 weeks ago.
Bro, I bet you his beard smells like depressed couch farts.
It would just be horrible. If he got close to you, his beard actually had like wax on it. Like, it's just like what do you use as pomade or whatever? And it's like, no, it's
I
just
feel
like
if you got up close to him, two
Fuck
things
him.
would happen.
Fuck
One, he
him.
would look like an up close of a Ren and Stimpy character when they're really fucked up, or he would look like the germs in Mr. Burns when he turns into fucking Howard Hughes, and they go, "The Freemasons control everything." That's what you'd see. Like, fuck.
The fucking spruce moose. Get in.
Smithers, I call it the spruce goose. Nice.
You want to hear about a bad purchase?
Oh no, what is?
I switched to Jewel, and this thing it smells like fresh piss. Like if just piss, like,
did you get tobacco or did you get menthol?
I wouldn't menthol. Yeah, I got a pack of Cools.
Cools are good.
Menthol? Come on. No, I used to actually. Remember sailing with the slide box and the Luckies? I don't like cigarettes. I smoke them because it was socially cool. Anyway, so I switched to Juul because I'm always stressed. I'm always on the go with my stress. So this thing smells like fresh piss.
Juul, stress on the go.
If somebody wafted this in my face, I'd be like, somebody's getting punched the fuck
up
when I'm getting.
Does it smell like homeless guy piss, or does it smell like homeless guy piss in Penn Station? Does it smell like Penn Station piss? That's a big distinction.
It's not oxidized bacterial piss. It's fucking fresh ass. It's organic, beautiful. If you really like piss, this would be up your alley. Piss Alley. That's what I'm trying to say. Because you're not getting it. It
That's a
just
dad.
smells
That's
like
a
fresh.
dad.
Like if I
That's a
just
dad
peed on
term.
myself.
That's a dad
If
term.
I just
You ever hear him say that?
what?
Piss alley.
What? Yeah.
He'll be like, he'll drive to a
Sally
parking
hasn't
lot and he'll be
changed.
like, "This is piss alley right here. Everybody's pissing here. All
There's
the
probably
fucking truckers."
like there's probably like 11 generations of families on Piss Alley. Like whatever dad saw, we're still seeing today. It's
Oh,
just kind of different. It's
before
just
we
different.
continue, sorry, like and subscribe and share this out on all your appropriate fucking
Don't
social
do
media.
that.
Yeah, don't do that at all.
No, do it. Sorry.
But yeah, so we were supposed to do one last week, and then I got back to New York, and then I got on the JFK. I got back to
ain't that a hole in the
JFK.
head?
I had to go back through Long Island, and I saw you, and I gave you a present.
Oh yeah, I can't actually.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, I
yeah, you
can't
could show
do
it. You could show it. Who gives a shit? It's a paperweight.
No.
It's a paperweight.
No, it's a paperweight. It's a paperweight that I want to show the folks when I'm in Pennsylvania. It's a surprise.
Where are mine? I have a. I'll say what they are. I have a paperweight brass knuckles. However,
Yeah.
so I go to leave fucking Long Island because it's only a 2.5 hour drive from, or 3 hour drive from where you are back to my place.
Yeah.
So I leave. I go see Sean, drop a gift off for Carter, and then a gift off for Julian because
Nice.
it was his birthday and all that stuff. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it's 6:30. I can get home by 9:30, 10 o'clock the latest, which is what I told you because we were
No
supposed to
way.
do a show.
There's no way.
I've done
There's
it.
no way.
I get
There's no
to
way.
the fucking George fucking Washington, and it
And
took
yeah.
me
It was a fortnight.
4 hours to do 4 miles. And then I finally see what's
man.
going on. They had an 18 rig pulled off on the bridge. There's police helicopters everywhere, so I don't know what happened. The driver is not in the truck anymore. They have NYPD Central Field Intelligence. So there's something big's going on. Either the guy had drugs on him and he took off running. Dude, they had everything blocked off. But then there's a group of cops and they're sitting there chatting and laughing, and I'm like, I'm gonna open the window and
They're
chuck
high
this.
fiving.
I was like,
Were they high fiving with pizza?
No, but I was like, I'm gonna chuck this fucking bang out the window at them. Like I was so pissed, and then I didn't get home till fucking 1:30 in the morning, and I was like,
I was like sitting there. I was like, but I knew you weren't gonna get back. I was just like trying to be moral support, and then you're like, you sent me a picture, like, I can't believe it. I'm like,
I was like, I can't fucking do this.
You're like, oh, and I'm like, no, you're par for the course, bro. Like what was it, Sunday? What night was it? Saturday night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what did you think was? And it was like playoff baseball, probably. It was probably like two, like probably Yankees and Mets at the same time.
All I know,
the Mets have probably been eliminated. The Mets only like kind of like lasted like 19 seconds in the playoffs this year. So
all I know is I got home at 1:30 and I was like, all right, we're obviously not doing a show because it said James last. I sent something to you and it said James last active an hour ago, and I was like, all right, he's asleep.
No, I went out.
I was like, I'm gonna fucking play.
I was like, fuck this.
I was like, I'm gonna play video games, and I
was softly mad at you until I forgot. I got.
You were softly masturbating.
But like that shit's great.
I fucking sat there and I threw on fucking Yakuza because I was like, I'm gonna run through the series before I start the new ones coming out.
So you could have hit me up. I could have just.
I did hit you up. Check your messages. There's one from 1:35 or something. But then all of a sudden I sat on the couch and I'm like, dude, I played 5 minutes and I was like, I can't even keep my fucking eyes open. And I ended up just falling asleep. But I did go.
You slept for like a day, and I didn't hear from you for like
I slept
3 days.
I slept, and then I woke up, and then I couldn't fall back asleep, and then I slept again, and then I woke up at 11 o'clock at night, and I had work at 5 in the morning, and I stayed up till 4, and I was like,
Monday.
fuck. But yeah, man, I took my first real vacation because I'm serious, did so good at work these past couple months. I earned 2 fucking huge bonuses.
Yeah, you've been flying.
So I went to fucking Puerto Rico, and it was like a fucking dream come true. It was like seriously, like I'm not even joking. I was looking at apartments while I was there because I was like, well, fuck America, like fuck the mainland, like that place is gonna get nuked.
Did I tell you I'm not gonna interrupt your story because I want to get into it. I applied for a visa for fucking Australia.
Yeah, you might as well go somewhere that's not going to get nuked. Who's going to nuke Australia?
I'm not fucking around. Dude, people are like, yeah, Cashman. And I'm like, because I was like, I'm going to go to Pennsylvania. And then I'm like, that's too close. I'm so sick of hearing it out here. I don't want to come on this podcast and just bitch about people anymore. It's funny and then it's not funny. But I'm just so tired of it, dude. I'm gonna check out Australia. I really
Well,
am. Like,
James,
I'm gonna like everything's kind of busy right now, and then it's gonna take me like 6 months. Once they open it up, I have a sponsor, everything, and it's gonna cost some dough. But I was like, fuck it. They were like, we will place you in a place where like, if you go down there for like 3 months, whatever, you could work. So like you'll and they're like, we want people that are go like the south of Australia. This guy set it up, dude. He was like, there's 16 different visas you could choose from, and I was like, he's like, I'm gonna find you the best one. So I don't know, man. So I'm in the process right now. It's fucking awesome. In
oh wow, my
south of
glasses are
Australia, I
fucked.
will have a job and I will be going to Australia. It's like if I get homesick and I want to go home, I'll go home. But there's nothing for me here, and I just feel like I could support financially what I need to support, but like it's just better for
I would
everything.
love
Like
if one day you came on the
I'll stay in
podcast and you
Australia.
were like, "How you doing? Did you have a good
I
diddly
fuck yeah,
diddly,
mate. I
dude?"
fucking got back here and I saw Dad over there and fucking we kind of a sister you got over there.
Dude, that'd be
Oh, yeah,
awesome if you
fuck
became a
you, mate.
fucking bogan. Seriously, that'd be the coolest shit.
Oh, yeah. No, mate. I'm fuck you, yeah, fuck you, mate. I don't
But
care about it. But yeah, you got a party, though.
it's funny because you said you didn't want to bitch about people, but dude, let me tell you something about Puerto Rico. One, absolutely fucking beautiful. Everybody there seriously was friendly, except for the shanty town that I wanted to go to. I heard I'd be murdered, and I still wanted to go. But
So I just Jay Z'd you.
but yeah, a fucking. So I'm not one of those people. I don't do cruises. I flew out there because I can't be on the fucking water that long because it's just kind of fucking lame. Um, but dude, this fucking cruise ship pulled in, and all these fucking retarded fucking people from like Texas got off, and this woman gets she first off she cuts in front of me like, and she's like, "Oh, is this the line?" Because we were at a fucking cafe, and I'm like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Oh, I cut you. I'm sorry, my stars." And she got behind me, and I'm like, "Whatever." Like I let it go,
My stars.
and then she's
Bless your
FaceTiming,
heart. I'd be like,
and then she's FaceTiming her stupid fucking friend. And she's like, "Yeah, I looked
oh.
at the dude and I was like, hola, como está?" Like, she sounded like Peggy Hill. She was like, hola, como está? Like, it was just ridiculous.
There's some ass backwards Americans in this country. You travel outside of New York and it gets raw, dude.
But, like, I ignored that. And then she goes,
Is her name Peggy?
yeah, Peggy. And then she was pegging people.
My name's Belinda.
But
Belinda.
then she's like, I keep hearing about she's like, I keep hearing about all the wonderful food out here and I really want to try it, but I kind of miss. She goes, I kind of.
They were saying at the gate.
She's like, I miss my McDonald's. I really just kind of want to see if they have a McDonald's. Dude, I'm so mad.
When did she leave America? When did she get to the Commonwealth? Like, how long? Like, when would she in mainland America last? Like,
oh,
I miss
3 days.
McDonald's. Like,
3 days before.
Left like 4 hours ago.
3 days before. So she's right here. Her big fat. Her big fat fucking cocksucker is in my ear on FaceTime, which, by the way, I just want to point out for the record, if you're one of those people who FaceTimes and speaks in public super loud, I hope you fall into a fucking wood chipper. I really do. So I'm filming.
Feet first.
I'm filming, and I start pulling my phone up like this. So now she's looking at me recording her, and I go, "This fat lady won't shut the fuck up." And she's like,
"Oh yeah."
She's like, "Oh." But dude, it was just like, all these fucking.
You were pissed,
dude. I was so
that picture
mad.
of you. Your face just—it didn't even look like you. I was like, brother. Like I was like, Dad's like, what's the matter? I'm like, nothing. You shouldn't see this. You looked
but like
angry,
dude. Yeah, it was the only bad part of the whole trip. It was just
you looked murderous.
That and to what's to come that I want to talk about that I was telling you about when it happened.
Yeah. It looked like if she had just tapped your chest, you would have bit into her.
Oh, I would have fucking eaten her face.
Wrong?
I would have eaten her fucking goddamn face. But yeah, she's just like, she's talking, and then obviously my wife is Puerto Rican. Her family's from Puerto Rico. And
you actually told us this recently.
So we're sitting there, we're walking, and some fucking southern kid, he's like, "Man, this place is a lot cleaner than I thought it would. I thought Puerto Rico was a dirty place." And I just like turned to, like, he's here, and I turned to him and I was like, "Yeah, because all fucking Spanish people are fucking dirty, right?" Like,
well,
what
you're
the?
gonna get that.
I was like, "What the?"
Dude,
yeah, but listen. It's a tourist spot. I expected it to be clean. It was cleaner than what I expected.
He mean it? All right, so but like, he didn't mean it in a hurtful way. He's probably just ignorant. I would just have been like, I would have said nothing because it's like I don't
between him and the fat lady. between him and the fat lady in the same
she's just a big air sucker, dude. Of course.
air
Like,
sucker
and
or
I'm not trying to be
cock sucker.
gender specific, like, but women can be fucking annoying, okay? Men are annoying, I get it, but women can be goddamn fucking irritating, so I get it.
But
the guy sounds like he's just dumb. Like,
maybe I don't know. I was just annoyed from the lady, and then I was like, "You motherfucker!"
So
but,
yeah, so you paid it forward. You're like, I suffer. Mr. Bale over here suffers too.
I was like,
I didn't do anything. I just thought it was dirty because people are racist.
I was like,
and you're like,
I pointed at him and I was like, "Come here, Lance." No, but yeah,
you called him white boy, and then
I called him
was like, "Hey, I don't even talk like that."
And then, dude, it was just
you just
it was crazy. Like the fucking trip was awesome. I walked, so we didn't rent a car because we both said that if we rent a car and we drive past somewhere we like, you have to turn around. It's not like here where it's like, oh, just go up one block and fucking do this. Like you have to go on a fucking highway. By the way, street lights in Puerto Rico, they turn them off. There's no red, white, or red, yellow, green. I'm not joking. It's literally like playing.
How the United States treats them, they probably have to conserve energy, seeing that we like to give money to foreign countries and not to Puerto Rico. So they probably have to shut the lights off. If we treated them better as a state, as like equals, which I don't see why we can't, but overspending and stuff like that makes it really difficult to help innocent people. Puerto Rico is a beautiful country, and it's really no thanks to the United States of America, and I will fucking say that. That's true. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm sure they help in some ways, but they've probably like introduced so much crap. In fact, that the Spanish had stayed out of Puerto Rico, and it was still like Brinklin and stuff like that, and like it'd probably be a lot better off. I think any country would just say, yeah, if we didn't have like European influence.
But dude,
fuck that.
So even G's mom she's from Puerto Rico, and she was asking us when we got back how it was, and I even said, I was like, dude, your traffic system, I was like, it's like playing Frogger and Risk at the same time. There was a part where the interstate came.
Risk.
Well, there was a part where the interstate came to a 4-lane highway. And dude, it literally looked like this at one point. Like all the cars just fucking crossed like this, and I was like, "What the? Oh, that's not good. Pull the top off real quick. Pull the pot out."
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the connection still touched. But yeah, dude, it was just nuts. But then, so
I'm listening.
Towards the end, no, I know. Towards the end, I gotta segue into it. I have to segue into this because towards the end, I'm gonna read these statistics. They're not FBI statistics. I have it on my desktop. So towards the end, we rode a bus back from like one of the like middle of the trip last day, like couple last days. We rode a bus back from Old San Juan back to where we were staying. And there's an old fucking white dude, and there's a young black woman, and they're fucking sitting there talking. And at first, I'm ignoring them until I realized, because at the whole time there's this huge convention center, and I kept seeing these fucking doctors, and I was like, oh, what the fuck is that? So it was called. Let me pull it up on the desktop.
This thing is fritzing, dude.
It was called.
I switched this. Oh, well, it says stool. It's not Jewel. I'm going to knock off.
It was called USCHA. That's the name of the fucking conference. It's the U.S. Conference on HIV and AIDS.
Oh,
fine.
Okay.
That's
why are they in Puerto Rico?
This is where I'm going to get to.
On vacation?
This is what I'm getting to. So they're talking a bunch of stuff about, oh yeah, like we do this and this. And the girl, the woman, she goes, well, other than the HIV conventions, I run a nonprofit for homeless people, and we try to find them affordable housing.
She's a hustle. Yeah, they're hustlers.
In DC.
It's like climate hustle.
She goes, she's like, it sucks that the prices are raising in Fort Lauderdale because we really don't want to have to like help quote unquote, we don't want to have to help them with the rent in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, as well as DC area. So I'm sitting here fucking listening to him, and the guy's like, yeah, he goes, oh, this is not like, I'm literally saying things that he's saying. So there's no like, oh, you interpret it wrong.
Are you sure you want to say some of this shit?
Yep, absolutely. No, I don't care. People need to hear this. So he goes, oh yeah, he's like, we have We have different money pots.
Hold on. But like, listen, you don't know exactly who these people are. It could be just somebody being like a shit talker. So you have to make sure that
No, they
whatever
had
sources
the
if you
badges
don't
on.
know the names,
They had the badges on their neck, and they got off at my
okay.
stop, which was across from the convention center.
Um, okay, hold on a
I'll
sec.
quote you.
I
I'll quote you with what they were saying, and anybody can make the
You're
real
gonna do
interpretation.
that, but you might say some shit that is like not good to say out loud. So let me just say something really quick. I didn't know you were gonna get like this. If you say something and somebody hears it, could it get you or me in trouble? Because you heard some private conversation. And I'm
No,
only going to say
why?
that. Well, hold
No,
on a
because
sec.
they could. It's
What I'm
plausible
going to say, and I'm
deniability.
going to finish. What I'm going to say is I'm going to finish is because I work in a place where I could have a lot of stories, man. I could tell a lot of
No,
stories because I'm
it
around
won't
a
come
lot of
across
people,
any of
and
those.
I would never, ever, because the confidentiality of a private conversation, I just do not want.
All right, I won't talk. I won't talk about the private conversation with what they went into detail. I will say one of the words that they said though that was kind of funny. So they called what they get for funds from the government a money pot, and the guy said, and I quote, "I have multiple money pots set up in different states to take money out when I need it."
All right.
That's it. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I no. But you
But
just don't say shit like that because you don't know who this guy is. You don't know what it is. You don't say stuff.
he's
You don't
not.
even know.
Nobody's watching this.
And that could be an okay term. That could even be something all right. He might just say, I have a bunch of investors. I have a bunch of people who are willing to help me in my cause. And you're just saying like this shit. You don't even know, dude. You're on vacation, man. You gotta be careful, man. Like it's cool that you saw some stuff, but like I don't know, man. You got to just make sure that when you say something like that, you're like, this guy was in the wrong. He could say, I've got some money pots because he's just trying to be show off that he's got some great investors.
Maybe
What
he
if money
was.
pots
I
are
never
just
said
like
that.
people that want
All I
help?
said was. All I
So
said
then
was.
it's not something to bring up, dude. It's just I don't know, man.
You're
I don't
overreacting
like
to
that.
this.
Yeah,
However,
I just don't.
however, the
I just think it's a private conversation that some
however,
guys having
okay,
about
so
business.
moving on from that, however, I started researching more into USC's HA, whatever it is. So they basically pull a bunch of doctors for a convention. It's not a convention though. It's a vacation that basically like they buy into like a weird like a timeshare, I guess. So they buy into this weird convention, but they don't really talk about the issues or have any solutions. So it was like the hotel
Where'd you
that
hear
they
that
were
from?
at was
Where did you like? Who says that? Who says that they don't provide solutions at their
because the
meetings or
private
whatever? Who said that?
conversation I heard, they were just discussing HIV and AIDS.
I
That's it. That's all.
don't like this.
However,
I think this is such a. I think you just talk sometimes about things that are over your head, and it's not good. Because I hear conversations like that a lot, and I never speak about them even in private. I don't talk about
all I'll
that stuff.
say, all
It's
right.
a
So
lot
then,
of money, and you don't need to be talking about it. It's
all I'll
not your
say
money.
is
It's
if
not
you're
your
gonna have,
business.
all I'm gonna say is if you're gonna
Yeah.
throw something for awareness, right? This is safely putting it. If you're gonna throw something for awareness, why would you fly people out to this place?
It should be their own money.
And that it's, but it's weird. It's weird. It's one of those places. It's like breast cancer. Fucking the breast cancer fund. Every dollar you donate, the people there get 98 cents. That's a proven fact.
Just attacking charities and stuff for like no reason.
Not attacking
I don't know.
charities. Not attacking charities.
Well,
I'm all for charity.
I don't even, cause you know why, the only reason why I'm not cool and I'm not comfortable, and I'm not going to tell you can't talk about it because you just did. I only warned you because I don't know anything about this organization. So for you to say this stuff, I can't just get behind it. Nobody's shown me proof that they're not a good organization, so I can't stand behind what you said. I mean, that's cool. Maybe you did hear it, but you got to back it up. I mean, it's just like you heard a conversation. These people might have just been like,
It's
"See
just
that guy over
a
there?
form.
He's eavesdropping. Let's fuck
It's
with him."
just a form for people to sit there. It's literally like I researched it. It's literally doctors coming in and just talking. There's no like, oh, we're gonna do this or
I don't know.
there's
Maybe
nothing.
they're
There's
providing
no
each other with good
solution.
information.
It's
Maybe it's a
just
summit.
you know that stupid fucking TED Talk shit that was popular 10 years ago.
No.
TED Talk was
No.
I think I could have swore it was in. They were doing the first one in Sydney. I might be wrong. That they bring it to different. They bring it to different countries and people.
I mean, I just have to say, like, that's how I would feel about it.
But
if you weren't my brother, like, if I was just on a regular podcast, like, that's how I would honestly react. I would just say, I don't know anything about it. That's a little deep, and I don't want to talk about it. So.
I'm just telling you from what I observed and what I saw, and from what they were talking about.
Sometimes you see and hear shit that you just don't talk about. I just don't talk about shit. There's stuff that I know. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I guess because I'm older and I just know it's not worth talking about because you can't change it and it can only make trouble for you. Some
Nah,
things I just don't give a shit about.
nobody's gonna see this from that
People are going to speak,
organization. They're
and you know
too
what?
obsessed with
You
taking
could blow
vacations.
people can blow the whistle on something like an
It's not a
organization,
it's
and
not a
people
whistle
still get
blow. It was
money to
just
do
it's
it.
not a whistle blow at all. I'm not trying to
No, I'm
blow a
saying
whistle.
people could go that far.
Oh, I'm
And
sure
blow
they could,
whistles
and I'm
on
sure there's people
organization.
already doing it, and there's people who are already talking about this place. However, I'm just saying,
I've
like,
heard
it was
terms like climate hustle. I've heard all that shit,
everybody
dude. I
knows
mean,
that
we all
shit.
know it. We all listen, man. People misappropriate funds all the time, man. Movements do it. Black Lives Matter, I think one of their chapters got hit with like embezzlement. I mean, theft is everywhere, man. It's people will steal from churches and stuff like that, you know? It happens to every organization, you know.
The only good thing that I can say, because I don't know the organization name for the other one that the guy was talking about that he's a part of, so I can talk about this, and because I don't know I seriously don't know the organization name, so nobody could ever point it towards any fingers. So he's part of another organization that he was talking, because this dude was just flapping. Everybody's drinking there, flapping at the gums
Yeah,
about
but
how
I
he
think
helps
it's bizarre
homeless.
to really I think it's bizarre to fixate on this. I like the fact that you went to Puerto Rico. I think it's
Well,
important
that
that
pissed me off
you could
because if how are you going to sit there and try to talk about offering real solutions and then take a vacation for a week and then be like,
and
do
so
it,
I,
do a
listen, man, some
20-minute
people just
seminar?
don't
It's just
care. Some
weird.
and
It's
yeah,
weird.
because
Then
they
don't call it a
well some
seminar and don't call it helping people.
also you don't know that maybe those doctors have donated and provided like
Maybe they
hundreds of
have,
thousands of
but
dollars worth of medical like know-how and time to the organization that they're allowed to come to that seminar and be on the beach because it's like we want to thank you for all you've done for our charity this year and so our organization, so you're going to be able to come to a summit, we will want you to speak, but it's light and we're going to just try to come together as all the great donors are going to like have a week in Puerto Rico
if you
and
want to say that about the doctors, fine. But the rando dudes who were showing up and the rando chicks who were sitting there talking about helping the homeless, and then
they always had there's hangers-ons, there's
ah,
dude,
it's
there's rich
fucking
kids,
weird.
there's
I
there's
fixate, dude. I
people that
fixate on
invest
it
money
because
in
I've
these
never heard.
things.
I only fixate on it because on the way the guy was talking is how he was making a difference, but then how he's on vacation and then in 2 weeks he's got another one in Panama, and I was like, well, how much fucking money are you shelling
I
out
know.
versus
Well,
how much you
listen,
actually giving away
hey,
though?
I will say this. I know I've been around people in the Hamptons that they have given millions and millions and fucking millions of dollars, like just for the out of the goodness of their heart. And they do go
Sure.
to Puerto Rico, and they do go to fucking Panama, and they do go to Brazil, and they do open up schools, and they do hold babies, and they do like provide solutions as much as they can. There are good people out there. I know I've worked for people that are very good and very giving. Their children are very giving. It's rubbed off. There's good rich people out there. It's not all bad. It's not all good, but it's not all bad though. But you just got to be careful because sometimes there are good people that are very powerful and they just want to do good things. There are people that like sometimes they're afraid they have that much money. They want to like make sure they do the right thing. Andrew Carnegie
I
gave almost all of his money away.
that's fine, but I fixated on
But
these
there are
two.
hustlers out
I
there, of
fixated
course,
on
and
these
you
two,
probably ran
and you're
into
right.
some
Maybe
shit that you
they
probably
are hustlers. Because how are you going to talk about giving money to the homeless and then go, oh yeah, but I have another seminar. They're paying. He said they're paying for the entire week for us to just go party in Panama. Well, then you're not helping
well,
the homeless because then each
well,
charity should be
yeah.
done by the
If you
state
listen, how much did that summit in Puerto Rico cost, and how much could
per
they have
person.
put towards just helping other people? Just the
Per
whole summit itself,
Probably,
millions. Maybe it's like they
yeah, million.
allocated
Yeah,
$2 million
it
dollars.
was millions, but still, that's 2 millions that could have fucking won. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Whatever. Either way, it was
I'm
the
just saying, just
weirdest
be careful of what you're
fucking
running
thing
into
I'd
because
ever
you're in
fucking
Puerto
heard about.
Rico and people. It is part of the United States, but people take advantage, and the United States does take advantage of the Puerto Rican people. So you might run into shit down there that you don't want to talk about, which is good that you didn't
Can
because
I
you
talk
don't
about the
know.
fact that in 1956 the United States government or something like that, the United States government gave people in Puerto Rico free television sets. This is a real thing. You can look it up on Wikipedia. Free television sets and free radios, and inside the radios they had little traces of isotope in there to check the effects of radiation on people. They also did it down in North Carolina.
Dude, look what they did to black people when they gave them fucking what was that? They gave them
Tuskegee air
syphilis.
experiments, and they gave him syphilis shots from 1936 to 1972. I'm off a
Far
couple of
out,
years,
man.
man.
Yeah, they're like, yeah.
Bill Clinton
Well, I
formally
mean,
apologized for
I
that in
mean,
1994, so that did happen.
yeah. Thank you, Bill. Thank, because you know, because honestly, dude, most For the most part, black people can't catch a break in this
They're
country,
like,
man.
the government can't. The reporters
Fuck.
were like, your wife killed somebody again, and he's like, I'm so sorry we gave you syphilis. And they're like, whoa, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, oh, Tuskegee. They forgot about his wife, and they're like, oh, okay.
They're like, hey, Bill, your wife just killed somebody. He's like, I'm gonna get the Jews and the Muslims to be friends this week, and it's gonna be we're all gonna
You know
good
what's really good?
time.
That's a
And
really good Daryl Howard
I
version
just
of fucking
what I want to do is I want to get a girl underneath my desk to
what
suck
you
my
do.
shillelagh.
Let's say that this cheeseburger over here is this, and then we take a couple
I
of these
just
fries. You remember
I
that?
remember him though. I just remember he's just like, I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
and
And I
then
was like, what the fuck is he doing? Like
and then the
the
camera
eyes.
zoomed out, and he was hard as shit.
Yeah. No, he used to carry like a fucking glass of ice water with him. He was weird, dude. He was like, oh, thank you, thank you. I'm like, what the fuck? He was whack, dude. But like people loved him. He was like, I don't know. He was a good candidate. He had it like smooth, but he went on Arsenio Hall. He's like, I'm about to show the American people some shit. And he got his sax out. He was like,
I
some
know
Dave
that.
Sanborn shit. And people were like, oh my.
Your microphone came out. Your headphones came out. You unplugged. You unplugged. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. Yeah, it's you. No, you're whatever you did, your headphone came out and it completely fucked up. I'm gonna call you back in 2 seconds on the air. Give me 1 second. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Oh, that's fucking embarrassing. Talk, because I can't hear you. What the fuck did you do? What the fuck did you do? Hold on. Give me 1 second. I think. You got to keep talking. You have to talk. All right. Well, I'm going to end the episode here for now. Let me come back to this because that was weird.